Um, give me a minute first.
Yeah, let's talk about what
First
actually
and
happened.
foremost, before we get anybody in for the interview, what happened?
I'll tell you what happened. 5-0, Sitso, Ari in vain.
Here,
That's what happened.
here's what really happened. All right, so against all odds, can I talk to you? Come on, sit down. Got my hand over your shoulder. Let's talk. Let's have a seat. Sit down. It's okay. Shake my hand. You want something to drink? We cool? All right, cool. Let's get to talking. Talon, buddy, let's talk about your roams. What did you get? I mean, tell me what you got out of your roams. Did you get any assists? Did you get any
Vision.
kills? Did you fake roam and catch Ari out? No. Did she make you pay for it every time you roamed? Did you stop roaming? No. Okay. So when your opponent makes you pay for roaming, learn your lesson. And that's pretty much all I have for you. Um, the rest of the team, I don't see what your cohesion is. Like, you don't have a team fight plan in this team. And normally you're very good at that. Normally you're very good at going, not playing against your opponents and just playing your own style, right? You guys play your own style. You guys do what you want to. You do what you need to do and play the style you want to play. This time I feel like this game you reacted to the style that you lost to in the first game. And it
Mm-hmm.
didn't work out for you. It didn't work out for you at all. You I mean, you see what I'm saying? Like you wasn't you in that second game. You weren't. You weren't who you normally are. I watched against all odd matches. That's not how y'all play. You do super good when you're behind. When you're behind, you don't take unnecessary fights. You do very good at vision around objectives. You do very good at sieging and taking objectives before the enemy even knows what happens. This is what you're good at. This is what I know against all odds for. Where was that today? Where were you? Come on, baby, get it
Fact.
together. Get it together, baby. Get it together. I don't know what that was. I mean, y'all go home. You know what I mean? Go on, get your Taylor Swift on, shake this off, and come back. And I want to see the against all odds that I'm used to.
I was just concerned about that Swain pitch because it did not work out for them.
But it
Got some
worked.
kills.
No, but it worked. It worked. It was good. It threw them off. It threw them off. The swing actually popped off, did very good. He was very good in the team fights down bottom. It's just once they got behind, the enemy jungler made sure they stayed behind. J4 came down there to play against the side that was winning. So he must have heard me between the break. Okay? He played on the side that was winning. And then that side then snowballed more. And as you can see, they just went, oh, okay, cool. Let's kill them and then transition into this and into this and into this. And then sometimes they didn't even kill him. They forced them out of lane and then still took the objective.
I just
Right. Right. I mean, I feel like I'm gonna get you in the call in a minute. I just wanted to talk real quick. I just wanted to talk. We gonna get you in the call. Stay tuned, bro. Stay tuned. We gonna get you in the call. I just
I I,
I
I
really
want to bring
wanted to
something to
know
it.
what happened there. Where was my against all odds that I root for? Because you guys are the epitome of if we play from behind, we still play well.
I just want to bring something to your attention here.
Go ahead.
What are these vision stores?
What are these vision scores?
I'm seeing a 7. I'm seeing a 9. I'm seeing an 11. I'm seeing a 13. The rest are all actually pretty decent. 21, 20, 27, 40, 38. In a short game like this, those are really good scores. But 7, 11, and 9, what's going on there?
13.
But I think especially Talon, who is roaming all the time.
Right?
You were never in lane. So why do you only have 6 wards placed? Why is your store only 9? if you're roaming that much and you're not able to do anything out of it, at least put down wards in the general path where you know the
And
jungle's not
and
coming.
my next thing for Talon is how come you didn't destroy any wards? Oh yeah, that's because you went for Yomu's Ghostblade instead of Dustblade first. So you went for you did Yomu's instead. But
Which, if you're going for a roaming playstyle, that's actually just fine. Like,
right,
allows you to move around a lot. But
right.
just it wasn't working out.
I'm just used to a Talon's destroyed score being a lot higher because you have Dustblade, you just walk around and you'll see something and you can kill it.
Hmm.
Pretty nice. I mean, Dustblade is pretty nice. I love that. I love that item. Love that item to death. But let's go ahead. Let's stop. Let's not move. We're moving right into chilling, and we're gonna get these people in here. And we got questions. We got
Yep.
questions we
All
need
right.
answers to.
Alrighty.
All right.
You're not kidding. There are some questions to go down here.
There's some questions because I don't feel like Against All Odds played their regular game. I feel
Hmm.
like it was so strange the way they played it.
Very. I mean, I'm curious about the red side bit more than anything because this was a full damage red side, but you didn't do anything with it.
Again, we said that they were going for kills. Hey guys, the link is the link is in the link is right there, guys. Click it, come into the call. We really want to hear from you. Yes, sir. That link is right there. Go ahead and click it. Come into the game, and we are dying to hear from you. I mean, that's just we've seen these two teams. I posted it. I posted it in the chat. It's that Discord link. Can you not see it?
So I don't see. I don't see it.
You don't see it?
Mm.
I'll do it again. Do you not see it? Or no? Dude, just
People's here.
what's your Discord?
Do you want us first, or do you want Against All
I
Odds?
don't care. We want all of you.
We
Okay,
want we want at least one person from each team.
Right.
okay. I'll bring my guys.
Hang on. Let me get the other guy. So you okay, so he doesn't see it. What's your Discord real quick? Is your Discord the same as your name? Oh, okay, so that's something different. All right. I got you, buddy. Give me just a minute. We'll get you an invite. All right. Get this guy an invite. Hmm.
People, while we're waiting on everyone else, I just want to commend you real quick.
Mm-hmm.
You kept them so busy up top
That was
all
the
game.
plan.
Right.
Yo,
Yo.
thank you for the commitment.
I'm trying to get the other team in here as well because I like to hear both sides of the game because that's what makes these commentaries interesting.
Because throughout the entire game, you're hearing what we're thinking. You're hearing what we're yelling about,
Right. And
especially him.
hey, hey,
I say it from a good place.
hey. Of course I'm yelling. I have to.
No, you're howling.
Hey, you're right. Oh wait, I got that guy. Hold on. I got that guy as a friend real quick. Hold on. Let me add Tracker into this one. I never say his name right.
Hello?
Hello?
What a
What up?
Alright. Boom. Got Driver in. And we're we're waiting on Suki to. Hey, dude, I need you to accept. Did you? All right, cool. You accepted, and now I'm gonna send you the link in Discord real quick. We're gonna invite you. Sorry, I'm working off this really small computer here. There we go. All right, you should have an invite right now, buddy.
He's in.
All right,
Oh
we
my
got
god.
we got the interview all here. Let's get started. All right, let's get started. I want to start with against all odds. All right, so hold on for a second, guys. So my question to you is, what was the plan with your team comp? Talk to me about it.
Well, I mean, in the first game, we kind of had a plan. We wanted the Yasuo to kind of get ahead because we had kind of like a perma CC setup almost with
Right,
the J4 and the Mord and all that. So
and I noted that. I noted that.
yeah.
Yay,
So I
yay
mean, we
me.
we tried to get the Yasuo ahead, but the I forgot who their mid laner was, but they
Malzahar,
just he just
he kills you.
he scaled way too hard, honestly,
Yeah.
for Yasuo to keep up, and he had the better rooms. He had more control of his lane and the map in total. So I
So
don't know.
I didn't see that
It
many
just kind of fell
ganks
apart.
from your. I didn't see that many ganks from your jungler going over to the Yasuo. Is that something? Is that something that was talked about during on comms there?
Well, we didn't really talk about it on comms, but I knew I wasn't like putting enough pressure on the map. That's
Hmm.
kind of my fault. I have a really bad tendency of doing that.
Okay.
But honestly, most of the time, either the lane was in a really bad spot for me to try to go in with him, the minute they're being ahead of me being, you know, not up there too
Right.
in level wise, and then the other lanes, like bot lane was doing pretty decent, so I had almost no reason to go down there. Top lane was doing fairly decent, so I couldn't really make any plays up there. So I mean, I just wanted to focus on farming to get my items up so I can actually impact more when it came to like the team fighting aspect and the sieging and whatnot. So I think that's where I fell behind personally, was focusing on myself too much. So
Okay.
All right. I wanna address something in there real quick.
yeah, yeah,
In lanes where, as a jungler, I've been in a position where in that position before. You have a losing lane up top, you have a winning bot lane, and you want to try and put some pressure on top. Alleviate that losing lane a bit.
yeah,
You, I'm telling you right now though, it's not worth it. It is not worth it. All you can
Mm-mm.
do is work with your top laner and say, hey, I need you to stay back. I need you to just stay safe. Try not to die. Ward for them. Make sure they have completely covered in vision. But then focus on your attention on mid and top, or mid and bot. Because if your bot lane's already ahead, get them further ahead. Get them so far ahead that you make the enemy bot lane relevant. And when you're if you're a danking bot and you're getting ADC more kills, you're giving yourself assists. You're getting yourself more gold. You're getting yourself XP from
Right.
just killing them. That's not
yeah.
farming the
I
jungle
think
is definitely a way to do it, but it's better to actually focus on the winning lanes as much as possible. In the second game, I didn't feel your presence at all. You had one assist. There was nothing you could really do.
yeah, that
Yeah.
was that second game.
Yeah. Y'all got.
We weren't there. Like
I can
I
tell.
don't know.
But
A little
let
bit
me.
tilt.
But let me talk to you. Hold on. Don't go down the drain with me.
Oh,
We don't beat on. We don't beat up on you on the show. We don't beat up on you over here. Don't go down the drain on us. We're here. We're here to talk. We're here to talk you through what we saw. That's it. We ain't here to beat on nobody.
yeah.
All right. We ain't here to beat on nobody. But what I want to say to you is, here's what I want. Here's what I want to see. I want to add on to his point. I want to add on to his point one other big piece, right? You could also force pressure from your top lane down to where you're ganking at. By ganking down there so much, their bot lane is going to start to force, hey, we need help. And it's going to force their top lane to come down and move away from that lane that they were dominating and winning. So you put more pressure on one side of the map, they're forced to respond.
Yeah, I think another big problem was we would see somebody alone and we would start collapsing, but we would see another person come in and they would want to back off. So we didn't really take a
Right.
fight that we could have potentially won and get ahead. So we just further pushed ourselves back. And I think in the
Hmm.
first game, the Lee Sin having so much presence and so much pressure in all the lanes because he was doing those
Yeah.
early ganks just constantly in every lane. They kind of got scared to be aggressive, kind of to help alleviate some of the pressure. So that's
Right.
was another big thing that we had
I
trouble
saw
with.
I saw that as well. But what I'm saying is, you do you feel like your team put all of your eggs in one basket?
Um, I don't think so. That's it's hard to say. Like we
And the
definitely
reason
didn't play the game that we usually play tonight. Like
exactly, and that's why I felt like y'all put all of y'all eggs in that Yasuo basket because
yeah,
y'all are very, and I'm gonna compliment y'all to the high heavens because I've watched a number of your games. I don't know if you've noticed all of my commentary on your games. I've watched
yeah.
a
I usually
number.
watch the VODs.
You know what I mean? I watch a number of your games. And I always commend you from the way you play from behind. Like when you play from behind, you do a good job of warding and making sure taking intelligent ways back into the game. And this time that spirit wasn't there.
Yeah, I
So
don't know. We weren't on our A game at all. Like after that first game, we kind of I wouldn't say we were tilted, but in the second game, we weren't. I can only speak for myself. I wasn't really focused.
right,
And then I'll be honest, towards the later half of the game, I was already tilted because that bot lane was just super fed, did so much damage. I tried to alleviate some pressure, got hit with a mantra karma Q, and half my health was gone. So I was like, well, shit,
we
I can't
saw
really do
that.
anything.
We saw that and we went,
Yeah,
ooh. We ducked
yeah,
our
that
head down
was
like, ooh.
that was a no buenos indeed.
That
But I
hurt
mean,
bad.
All right. I just want before we ever start to move on to the
Right.
other team, I want to ask. I understand y'all weren't really together. Y'all didn't really have a plan for the same game. But what was going on in comms during Champ Select? What led to a Swain support? What led to the Darius top? What led to the full damage ret side? What was the plan there?
well,
If any idea.
as far as the Swain, like we had really good success with it in our last regular season game where
Okay.
they
Well,
our
yes.
bot lane played Vayne Swain and they did really
Okay.
good. They got super fed, super far ahead. So we were kind of expecting to get the Vayne, but when they picked it before us, we're like, well, shit, we have to try to adapt. So we're hoping that the Swain E and the Zaya feathers would kind of do something in lane. As far as the Darius, it was between him and Cho'Gath, but I felt like the Darius would have had more of an impact in
That's
lane
true.
against the Aatrox. But even though Aatrox picked after, but I don't know, Darius is just I guess a safer pick because he's
Right.
more useful in team fights because he has better AOE's, he has the bleeds, the self heals, and all that.
Right.
So we were kind of expecting him to kind of get ahead and help roam, like maybe counter jungle a few times, but he just didn't have a chance.
All right.
That Aatrox hurt.
Yeah, that late
That
game
A
Aatrox is no fucking joke.
no, that was not fun. But I do want to commend you, and I want to say something before we move on to the other team. And this is not anything critiquing you. I loved your guys' spirit. And that's one of the things I kind of commended through all of your games that you've played. Your spirit from losing to always coming back from it is always commendable. And tonight I didn't see it. I want to see your spirit go back to where it was. Get back focused, whatever you got going on in your life, whatever you need to iron out, go ahead and iron it out as a team. Get back to it and come back as the against all odds I know and love. I just want to see it.
Yeah, we'll definitely be more focused for next game for sure. I'm gonna work on my my macro play. Definitely, I need to work on getting lanes ahead.
Right,
But
brother.
And
we'll definitely be more focused come
Right,
next
brother.
game.
And I believe it too. And if I can, I'll make sure I'll cast that game too. Okay,
Bet.
I'll make sure I'll cast that game too. So look for me, cause I'm gonna be looking for y'all
All right.
and telling you I'm on your head. If y'all don't come back with that spirit that y'all had the last time, I'm on your head. I will be talking about you.
Yikes. All
Don't
right.
play.
So you thought I gave y'all hate this game? He's got
Oh,
on this.
no,
I'm
no,
gonna
no,
be
no.
on
Like,
you, bruh. If I see y'all give up like that next game, I'm on your head, bruv. I'm on your
honestly,
head,
I'm kind of glad that the Golden Pharaoh didn't cast because his fucking hate was
bruh. That
he's
dude is real.
relentless.
He's so, and I love the Golden Pharaoh. My dude is very good at what he does, but when he sees something he does not like, and
Oh yeah, he
especially
definitely
in the
lets it be
jungle,
known.
especially in the jungle because he's a big jungle man, and that's one of his things. He loves good jungle play. He will rip you apart. He will rip you apart. But I do want to say I will be on your head next time if you give up like you did this time. And you can
Bet,
just
bet.
let your whole neat team know that I'm gonna look for
Yeah,
your game and I'm gonna put my
yeah.
name next to it. And you bet not give up if you see me on your casting booth. Because I
All
will
right, I'll let
not
him know.
be nowhere near as easy as I am today if you give up next time. I promise. I'm not Golden Pharaoh of hate. I'm a little different, bruv. Cause you're gonna feel like I'm a dad, and you're gonna feel like, oh my god, dad's is disappointed in me. Oh my god. I'm gonna make you feel it. All right, so we're gonna move right on to Abusement Park. You guys, how you doing? How you feeling?
Feeling good, man.
How you
Yeah.
feeling?
Hello.
See, I just
Let.
want to say one thing
Mm-hmm.
to Abusement Park. Jerdlin, I've played with you before
Mm-hmm.
in custom games, and every time I've ever seen you play in the ESTL, have played with you, you have always been phenomenal. I love watching your ADC. I had one point of contention where I was yelling at you in that second game.
Here
'Cause
we
I
go.
think
Here we go.
you could have gone for that kill. But other than that, I think you were phenomenal.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yo, that one kill he yelled at you for came out of nowhere.
Wait, which kill was that? Which one?
You had like 100 HP, the Swain. You needed one
Oh,
auto attack
that's
to kill
right.
Swain.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, man, is it really worth it? I saw I had 2 stacks on there. I'm like, I just got to auto once, but I didn't want to risk
Now,
Swain did
not.
not have his Q up.
and that's
Yeah,
what I thought you were scared of. I went like, no,
yeah,
he's scared of getting hit with a Q and that Q killing him because Swain's Q is like down and then up in like seconds. Like literally a couple of seconds is down and up. Boom. But y'all, I want to
yeah.
ask during that second game when you
Hmm.
snuck that Baron like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's be real. Y'all snuck that Baron. That Baron
yeah.
was y'all was little thieves in the market stealing little pieces of candy. Y'all stole that.
Yeah,
That
well,
Baron was kind of like a, oh, let's just try it.
yeah. Let's see what we can do. Because like at that point, we were like, what we had 2 down. What was it? 3 down on their team, and
Right.
then one
We
on
had
our
4.
side, something like that. Oh, 4. So it was just Rek'Sai.
Yeah, it was
Yep.
just Rek'Sai.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, worst thing that can happen is that, we lose Baron, but we were so far ahead that even with Baron, the worst that we would probably lose is 1 tower off of it. So we just wanted to try to push that wiggle room a little bit.
And that's why I wanted to ask that question because again, I mean, it's a to me and Crayon, it was a risky play. It could have went left if Rek'Sai figured out what you guys were up to,
Hmm.
but
Yeah, we had established beforehand that there was no vision.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, this is
It was
free.
100%.
that were
Yeah,
dead
yeah.
were real worried about it the whole time.
so when we saw him go for Krugs, then I was like,
Yeah.
oh, he doesn't know.
Yeah, that was a big risk, big reward kind of thing.
And it really snowballed the game.
Yeah, I think after that the game ended in like 6 minutes, 7 minutes, something like that, real quick.
Right.
It's true.
I want to talk to y'all about did you hear me? Did you hear me between games? Because it
No,
seems like you heard me.
We didn't start watching the stream until we finished the second
Yeah,
game.
we always watch as soon as we're done, but not a moment before.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I made a comment though because I heard you were talking about the whole jungle rotation, and I'm like, I don't know, like 3/4 into the first game, I was like, you gotta stay bot side or do something. Like you have to stay
Right.
out of top side. But yeah, that's what
And that's what I thought you heard, and that's exactly
Oh,
what I
yeah.
thought you heard, because you did a much better game, like much better of snowballing the lane that was leading in that game. So they would,
Thank you.
and you did a much better job. Like, okay, and that even forced you forced, I think it was Mordekaiser to come down, which alleviated pressure from Aurelia, so that way she can farm and try to come back into the game.
And I
Because she
did
was
indeed
irrelevant.
farm and
Because
come
she was
back.
irrelevant.
Oh
Pe-
yeah, there was a moment in
people-
time where I was
people, you
running
were-
next to Aurelia.
you were
You're level
irrelevant, bro.
18.
Yeah, I think by the end though, she had the most CS in the game.
Yeah, you
I
did.
caught back up.
You caught
Yeah,
back up, but early game you were irrelevant. And I gotta
Oh,
keep it real with you, bro. You were
I was so
irrelevant.
frustrated.
Bro, that Mordekaiser ended your existence, homie.
Oh, I was so frustrated.
I was trying to
I
help.
can't do anything.
Like,
I'm
no.
so angry.
I'm gonna. You just Debavar, you just said something I want to address real quick. You said you tried to help.
Why?
Just don't.
It went why?
To be fair, if you heard how bad I was whining, you probably would have helped.
No, I would never have helped you. I'm sorry. I love you as a person, bro. You are awesome, good people. But you would have been up there by yourself, singing rowboats and holding songs. I'd have told you to look, just stick at the tower and do a seance, cause you're gonna have to come back some way somehow. And maybe if you cast a magic spell, they'll keep bringing you back. But other than that, I would have not gone up to help you. I don't care how bad you whined.
The fact is, you tried to put so much pressure up top, you actually put yourself further behind because you weren't getting anything from top lane. That Mord was so far ahead. The problem with trying to dink a Mord is that a 2v1 is a 1v1. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
He ulted me every single time we fought. I was so mad.
Exactly. And
He
here's
never
something
took anybody but me. He literally ulted me every single ult.
there's something I noticed that actually got you killed a couple times, or at least got you really low. That might help you in the micro part lanes. You were trying to queue onto him to do a little poking. It
Right.
doesn't work against Mord. Because Mord's just gonna follow that up with the E. As soon as he sees your Q down, unless you can immediately Q to a minion behind him, he's just gonna E you back onto the fight.
I started doing that at the end. I just figured it out too late.
And it's just that he's very good at keeping you in that fight. Like I saw instances where you wanted to poke him to see where you were because you were farming and trying to get your stuff back up, and you wanted to see where you were, so you wanted to poke him a little bit just to see where he, just to see
My
how
thought
close.
was, surely I can fight him now. And
Right?
every time the answer was no. You cannot fight him.
Smacked you right back down, and I didn't think it was hilarious at the time. I was like, bro, just stop fighting
Oh,
him.
I was miserable. I was miserable.
Oh, we could tell.
I would have been
This one,
miserable.
the second game, I was like, pick me Aatrox.
Yeah. because oh man. And why pick Aurelia? Is that your comfort?
The coach wanted us to play Aurelia. I would have played Aatrox in the first game too.
Okay.
It was for the team fights.
I mean,
I am good at Aurelia, but against Mordekaiser, not fun.
right. It's not fun.
Not.
But you're picking first. And that's something I noticed. Like, if I gotta pick first, if I have to pick first, I'm going with what I'm comfortable with. I don't give a damn. Because I'm not trying
I
to
probably
learn.
would have picked Aatrox.
I'm not trying to learn something in an environment where I'm about to get my ass kicked. I'm not doing that. Because clearly they got a chance to
Preach.
counter you. Clearly they got a chance to counter you, and they did. They picked the biggest counter to Aurelia there can be and made you miserable the whole game.
Oh, it was so
Dragged you
miserable.
down. Like, hey, bro, you like mud? You like mud? You're about to get dragged through it. So you better get used to it. And that's what happened to you. You got dragged through the mud the first half of that game.
Yes.
And I just felt like you never felt comfortable in that matchup. You just never felt
Oh
comfortable.
no, I hate the Mordekaiser matchup. I despise it with a passion.
I believe what you mean to say is you hate Mordekaiser because he's
Yes. Yes, I hate that
What's the
champion.
nice way to say broken as hell?
Bro, but he's not broken anymore. He's not
No, if I'd have played Aatrox, I would have beat him.
Exactly. He's not super broken anymore like he was. He was S tier before they did his patches. But but again, you versus Aatrox. If you got to pick first, I would want to go with what I'm comfortable with. You know what I mean? Into a
Oh
lane,
yeah.
I don't know who's gonna be in my lane. I know I can win most lanes with this character. I'm going with this character. Like my coach wants me to play Brand more in my lane, and I'm not doing it if I don't know who I'm playing against. I ain't done it. He's like, you're disrespectful. I understand that, but I'm the one that got to play. I'm not about to get my ass kicked in the first beginning of the game, then feel like shit the whole time, yelling in my microphone, throwing my shit around, which I got a tendency to do. No, it ain't happening. I
Oh
like
yeah.
my equipment. I just bought this stuff.
I was angry.
Derek, I want to ask you a little bit about the matchup you had with Miles versus Yasuo.
Woo!
Because, see, well, we're talking about it while it's happening. We're saying, okay, there's no way that you lose this.
Right.
Your Malzahar into Yasuo, you have a way to deal with them throughout the entire time. But at the end of the day, it does come down to how well you play it. And you played it beautifully. You did
Thank you.
everything you needed to do.
Yeah, you stumped them. You stumped him into the ground.
But I just want to know, what were you thinking on how to transition that power into the later game? Because you won lane. You destroyed them.
Yeah, late game was just about getting an ult off that actually mattered. I went up against a situation where I needed to ult the Yasuo before, and I missed it. So a lot of it
Okay.
was just we played safe that first game, even though we were ahead, and that was something we communicated about mid game, and we got a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, I
Okay,
mean, it took
I
y'all
did see
40
that.
minutes to close out that first one.
Yeah, considering how far y'all were ahead, the only person on the enemy team who was relevant was the Mord. Granted, that Mord's hard to deal with, but
More was hard to deal with.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, did y'all see the meme I did when he ulted me in mid lane?
No. What was
which
it?
time?
When I emoted?
Yes.
The rest of our team was taking
I did.
Baron.
I saw that. I saw that and I was like, is he BMing right now?
It's a little saucy.
Is
It's a
he
little saucy.
BMing right now? But y'all, but you've played this team before, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they had subs last time.
Right.
Yeah, there were a lot of subs last time we played them.
Right. So what was the difference in mentality there? Did you
We
scout the
just
new
banned the
people?
support. We just banned the support out like we did last time, and the new person.
Noticed that a lot.
Yeah.
Plus, we remembered the last time we played them. We went 1-1, and we remember we lost that first game by throwing because we had the lead, and then we just
it split like we should have.
yeah.
Yeah, we
So
messed
during-
up the mid game for sure.
Yeah, during both of these games, we were like, all right, we have this lead, push the lead, and then we won those games.
But that second game was so much faster.
Yeah, I think we just got our footing. Like we understood like what we could do, where our weaknesses was, and I think the biggest thing was we picked champions we were comfortable with. So
Right,
like
I wasn't
the
miserable
first
up top the whole time.
I
Yeah,
know.
the first game we followed like our coach's
This
instruction,
fucking guy.
but and then the second game we just kind of played off of what they were going off of more.
Right.
So just a little more flexible around it. So when I saw the Rek'Sai,
Right.
well, the Rek'Sai Swain, I was like, I'm just gonna go Vayne, and then I'm gonna get an early Executioners, and we're just gonna shut them down.
Oh, and I want to
Good
go
plan.
ahead and I want to go ahead and say this one bit before I get branded. I'm not saying don't listen to your coach. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that what I prefer that if I'm going to go up against a champion that I don't know who it is, I want to have someone that I feel like I know the ins and outs of, that I can deal with whatever situation is thrown at me. I still respect my coach's decision, but not if I have to pick first.
On the note of coaches, at the end of the day, you're the player, and you need to do what as a player, you have more insight onto what's actually happening in the game, how you're feeling. If you're not feeling up to playing something that day, you need to tell your coach, or you just need to tell them, "Hey, no, I can't do that. I'm not feeling comfortable with that today."
Yeah, and I mean, for the time that they have to work with us, they do what they can, give us some guidance,
Yeah.
and then we just adjust from there. It's probably the best thing.
Right.
They're there to help you improve.
Exactly.
Right.
Y'all need to
Right.
work together
And
with the
any
coach to
other
make
lane
sure.
but Mordekaiser, and I would have been fine.
I do want to say one thing.
Go ahead.
Turtlin,
Yeah.
Woo.
What's up?
what the heck? Why do you only have 5 wards placed?
Bruh!
Okay.
We was gonna kick
Dude,
you. I knew it.
know.
I knew it.
Every
Talk all
game,
week about it.
every game I play, dude, you always rag on my wards.
Bro,
Like,
we will always rag on your words. It's important.
it's like I'll come out 8-2, or like killing everybody, tons of CS. His ward score, bro. His
Yes.
ward.
Yes.
So okay,
Yes.
so here's the thing. I only ever play whenever Starcat plays, right?
All right.
So, her and I have been duos for like 4 years. Like we've been
Okay.
playing forever. So I completely rely on her to do all of the warding, do all the scouting, and I also communicate pretty well with my team on what's going on. And I just focus on my game. I focus on my CS, on the micro, and that's just kind of how we play. That's how we always done it. So that's why we always have like this kind of telepathic thing that we don't have to say stuff. I can look at how she's moving and how she's reacting, and I can just go with that. So
Okay.
Okay. I just want to say something.
Yeah.
I have my own duo partner that I've been ADC. I've been supporting him for years.
Yeah.
So ADC, I've been working with him for quite a while.
Mhm.
I forced him to learn how to ward.
yeah, I don't know. It works out okay for us. Clearly.
Yo, my man's
nothing else-
defending it like, yo.
If nothing else,
No,
brother, pick up the
I-
blue ward.
Yeah.
Pick up the far sight.
Well, the way I use it, I always use my wards offensively. So like I rarely ever go blue ward. So because I know I can usually, like, I'm comfortable with my skill level and I
Right.
know what I can do. So I almost always keep the standard ward so that I can push into like a bush or continue to auto attack. Like you'll see it every time I engage, like I'll follow it up. I'll attack, they'll run into the bush, I'll always have a ward up for it so we can close out kills. And that's just kind of the way I've always played.
Right. And we're not flaming you for the way you play. We're flaming
No,
you
not
for
at
the
all.
score.
Like 7 is terrible. I looked at that.
We're
like,
because we're looking at you like, bro, you've been playing for like 40 minutes. 7.
I mean,
that was the
the
first
only-
thing I said.
You've been playing for like 40 minutes, bro.
I was like, they're gonna trash my ward score. I was like, holy
Talking
shit!
about
Like,
it.
I mean, the only person who did worse to you ward wise
Talent.
was the talent.
it's the talent, right?
He
And
had
we-
more store, but he was roaming nonstop, so he should have had way more than he had. So effectively, the only person who did worse than you in wards was the talent.
Right.
And
If you want to save, here's my suggestion: if you want to save your wards offensively, that's fine. But I know there's times when you've got 2 wards charged up.
Yeah, I mean,
come on, bro. You can drop an extra one, cuz. Like, come on, bro. Like,
If you want to keep one down for all times, okay, sure. But you
Yeah.
have 2.
there's no excuse for 7 ward.
there's
score.
no excuse for 7, bro. Oh, come on, bro. This is like wait, there's 24 minutes, bro. War comes up every 1:30.
Right.
You're averaging about what? 1 ward per 13 minutes?
Yeah. I mean, Well, I think isn't ward score based on the value of the ward, right? So
Yeah,
like
it's how long it exists, how many people it's seen,
Right.
all that. But my thing is that means you're placing it somewhere where it's not seeing anything.
Enough.
The
Right.
5 wards you placed saw nothing.
right. Well, yeah.
So here's my suggestion. As a support, I know the regular paths that people walk down. And even if my support running low, I'll look at the wards that they've already put down, and I put down the same ward in the same spot because
Mhm.
it's either been picked up or theirs about to go down. And yeah, we can pick up pink wards, and we do that. But did you know that only one pink ward can be put out at a time by a character?
You gotta have a pocket full of wards.
You can't have a pocket. Look, you can't just walk around with a pocket full of wards.
Wish.
That's true.
I missed that jungle item.
Like, yeah,
Jungle
you
items.
can't. You
I
can't.
mean, that's the other thing. That's the other thing. You had no control wards, period.
None.
What, me?
You bought
you-
none.
And Darius.
Yeah.
And Darius.
Yeah, I never buy control word. Never.
Oh no.
Never.
You're
Never.
telling this
My
to
man
two
said
casters
no.
who are support
Never.
mains.
Like,
Never, dude.
They're
Never.
gonna watch us next
Not
week,
once.
and they're gonna
I'm like,
talk about
nah.
that now.
I
About
swear
how
to
you don't buy control wards.
No, literally, if you watch every single game from the beginning of the first game I've ever played, I never buy any awards.
Even when I'm ADC or top, I still have 4 control words at least bought throughout the course of a game.
and it's not. And hold on, it's not for what you think. Okay. Quiz time. Where is the 3 best places to place wards? Anybody?
3 best.
Dragon, Baron, mid. Kidding. Dragon and Baron for sure.
In the early game, you were incorrect.
Oh,
in the
Pixel
early
Ward.
game.
Pixel Ward.
Tri bushes, both tri bushes.
Yeah.
You're incorrect.
River. Fuck.
You're
I don't know.
incorrect.
Anywhere.
Enemy
That's,
jungle.
Ding, 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 ding. Enemy
There you go.
jungle.
Mhm.
So this way you see him coming early. You don't put it in the river bush because if you put it in the river bush, yes, you can see him, but it's too late for you to react. If you put it on their jungle, you will see them clearing their jungle before they come to you. You will have more time to react.
Wouldn't the
And
most optimal one though be like river for pathing for the
Right. And that's
Bruh.
another one you put in. So if I'm your support and you haven't bought a ward and you haven't used yours, where do you think your ward should go?
and
That's
the
all
best to
I'm
get the
saying.
early double
All
kill.
I'm
The early
saying.
double kill. That's all I
Bruh,
need.
you play phenomenal. I get that. You have the most phenomenal early game out there. But your war game is trash, cuz.
I just want to ask this question is directed towards both junglers.
Go for
we
it.
We just told you that the optimal place is to place the pink ward enemy jungle. This is towards both teams' junglers. How
Yeah.
often do you actually check a bush for control ward?
Every time I roam rivers, I definitely check for control.
Yeah, I
No, no.
usually check
You're like next to your
pixel.
blue buff. Next to your buffs. Next to your buffs, behind your buffs. How
Oh,
often do you actually look there?
Actually, I look in by red buff on top side. I usually check that almost every time I run by red buff up there.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll check
okay.
both of those bushes.
Okay.
And
And
as
then
a
by
secret,
blue buff, I usually always check the bush that's right there next to blue buff.
as an added secret, I never use my control wards on the jungle camps. I only use my ward trinket on the jungle camps because you can't see those. And I use my control wards on the river or the ones I'm supposed to ward. So that way my ADC feels safe. But I can see where you guys are going and I feel safe.
Yeah, if you ever see a control ward in my own jungle, it's because I know they put vision there,
Right.
and I go to kill it. That's basically it.
So, but what he's trying to ask is how many times do you buy a control ward when you're going to a camp that you don't suspect there to be any vision on?
Usually when I back, I stack up my control wards.
See,
Does
even
that
the jungle has control wards, buddy.
God, all that
Yeah, I'm on your Damn it.
Yeah, I'm usually pretty decent about dropping a control word.
You see what I'm
on
saying?
the bush behind my red
And
buff,
these
but
are jungles. They are jungles.
Well, they're more
They
important.
don't even got a
Oh.
lane. They got a lane to protect, buddy.
But see, that's where I come into play for the ADC. I ward further out for him.
Yeah, I just rely on everyone else,
Stop,
dude. Like,
stop
that's-
warding for him. Make him do it himself.
No. That's, yeah.
He's like, that's precious time for the
Yeah,
farm.
that's a Draven stack, man. Like,
That's
that's
4
like
gold.
the time it takes to war. That's like 15 Draven stacks. 30 gold.
Time to taste the board.
This
So
guy.
not only that, that's a 100 gold loss if I place a control. Like that's a,
Working on that econ.
that's a third of a longsword.
My man broke it down to economy stacks, bro. He's like, bro, that's not worth it for the economy. That's a bad investment. This dude.
No. But honestly, that's like there's so often that I find myself with like 100 gold after a back, right? So even if I get BF Vamp Scepter first back, I'll have 100 gold chilling. And I obviously with a Vamp Scepter, I don't need pots. So like I should buy a ward.
One, just one,
You know?
just
Maybe.
one.
Especially since you're walking back
And
to lane,
then,
you just
and
throw that
then,
down.
and then, what would be awesome? Instead of waiting to get to lane, you've already, and if you're the ADC, which you are, you've already successfully shoved the lane into your enemy's tower. You're waiting for it to push back to you. And half the time you're waiting in the middle with nothing to do. Go ward some damn where. You're waiting for the wave to come back. I seen it. I can pull up multiple clips. Don't make me do it.
That was true. It's all true.
You're waiting for the wave to crash back, and you're just sitting there like, I really want this wave to come back. And no wards get placed. I'm just saying.
It's true.
This is where we have to follow up the question of: have you ever been in a moment where you wish you had more vision?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all the time, all the time.
And did you
It's
ever just say that's your fault? You ever just take that one? You take that L on your own?
The only time, okay, I'll say, okay, the
First
main.
off,
I will say the.
If you're leading that statement with the only time, you've already messed up.
Well, okay,
Every
no.
time.
Here's the thing. So the only time that I feel like we run out of vision is the mid game transition. So we lose control. That's the way our team usually loses, is losing jungle control mid game. And by mid game, I have enough components that I don't have space. So like y'all have to pick up.
Okay, so what do you have in slot 4? Stop. What do you have in slot 4?
Bro, like I'll have.
What do you
like,
have in the
my-
4th?
Usually, let's see. By 25, I'll usually have a BF, biscuit.
Waiting for him to get to slot 4.
No, there'll be magical boots,
Mhm.
dagger, and then
Mhm.
usually zeal by 25.
I'm
at
only
least.
asking you about slot 4.
Bro,
Ward slot.
Word slot. I should probably use that more often.
Come on,
I'm talking
bro.
about control ward.
Come on, bro. Vision is vision. I don't care what it is. You ain't gotta buy a control ward. If you got 2 charges saved up, guess what?
One,
you could use
one,
those. You got 1 charge
bro.
saved up. You can use that. Don't have to buy a control ward, but just put down more vision.
Yeah.
We're saying vision saves lives. It gives you information. You as an ADC can make a much more informed decision of who you're gonna shoot in the face.
That's true.
See, the worst part is we're saying this from a position of you just carried 2 games.
And I didn't die once.
Yeah, what's lost in all this is the fact that
I didn't die a
Ward's
single
score
time.
is the only thing he did bad.
But that's what we're saying. This is what we're saying, though. If you're doing that well without vision, imagine if you had vision.
Boy, we lawyers, boy. We lawyers, boy.
Just imagine the possibilities.
Exactly. Infinite power.
Ooh.
It's all yours. And all you
Imagine.
do is hit 4.
Just
Bro, that's it. That's it. One number on the keyboard, bro, and you will,
4.
and you can light up the world.
Light up the
Or barely something.
Man, oh god. I need a drink. Get a read, bro. Like
No. But you can light the world up. One position I know for a fact is, do y'all talk about moving up the vision line?
Nah.
All right, have y'all
Is that
heard
ever
of
a
the
call?
octopus theory?
No,
No.
most of the time it kind of happens organically, bot, because we usually get pretty dominant pretty early.
Right.
So we'll start setting up like a ward, to see incoming gang.
Hold up, but we.
Yeah. My support as I'm killing the other
Bruh,
two
you
people.
murdered him, dude.
So, it happens, it's just like,
This
it happens
dude.
around me.
Yo, this dude's gonna hate us from now on.
No, seriously, there's like a little at the end of the game, and I look at that ward score, bro. Like I
Bruh.
hear your voices in the back of my head.
Yeah,
We
bro,
are.
we're gonna be on you, bro.
Like I didn't crack double digits. I don't care, like at all. Not even
Bro,
close.
I don't even want you to carry. Look. You were 3 away from 10.
Yeah,
Just
but like
a
the next,
little bit more care. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you need to go out and get a vision score of 20, 30, 85. You need to have the most vision again. Just try a little bit harder. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. You ain't gotta try like super hard.
Hey,
Just a little bit.
One button. One button.
Just a little bit. Just remember that 4 is a part of your keyboard, and you good. I
Is
just
it sad?
asked you about the number 4 slot, and you gave me everything but the number 4 slot.
no.
You gave me everything else. Well, I got boots. I got my swords. I got.
Yeah, and you're just like 4. No.
All I want to know is what do you have him for? And when I say the vision line, here's what I mean. Okay, so you just seized an objective, right?
You're right.
You just seized an objective. And now you're going to move into their side of the jungle, right? You're going to move into their side of the jungle and start pressuring their towers. Is the call ever move up the vision line where you start a line of vision inside of their jungle to where you can see everywhere they move inside of their own jungle?
See, there's actually a theory behind all this. It's called the octopus theory.
Oh, yeah.
What the jungle paths that you can take throughout both sides of the jungle, regardless of which side you're on, they work out a lot like an octopus arm.
Mm-hmm.
If you place words correctly, you have complete vision of the entire side of a jungle.
Exactly. And that's why what I'm trying to figure out is, do y'all ever make that type of call when you're sieging? Because I noticed that sometimes you'll have trouble closing the game out because they'll come out where you don't need them to. For example, and I hate to do this to you, Mordekaiser top. Hey, buddy, you didn't see that 3-man gang coming. The vision line could have helped.
That's why in that second game, I knew it was coming.
Like, you
That
knew
second
it.
game, I knew there were going to be 3 men up top.
You can't rely on knowing that, though. You can't rely on the guesses. You can't rely on
Right.
winning your lane.
And you just
need
got to
to
be.
know how to.
And
work
the
that
best
vision.
part about it is, everybody could do it. Everybody.
So where's the positions for the octopus? Is it like 3 wards and you can see the whole jungle?
It's 4 in total.
I'll tell you what. I've got a video that I can send y'all.
Yep, it's 4 in total, and I've seen the video. Is it from that same guy you sent me?
Yep.
Because that video is amazing. It really shows you how well you can light up a jungle and how quick you can do it too. It takes less than 30 seconds to light their whole jungle up. Less than 30 seconds
That's
if you
200
all
gold.
do it.
Yeah. I would guess it's like probably what top blue, like if we're facing against someone topside, it would be red bush, the area near mid lane, and then what the that little stupid bush that's on next to tier 2 tower.
It's the little stupid bush.
Yeah, the little stupid bush.
It's not
and then
red.
the one,
It's not red. It's the bush above the red one.
right,
That
right,
will actually
right,
give
yeah.
you a line the whole thing, and then
Yeah.
it's the bush,
the blue side, like 4-way.
right? The 4-way, and then on the other side, it's the path between wolves and where the first blast cone is set down there, and then on the side of blue,
Yeah. Yeah. That makes
and that
sense.
will light up the entire jungle for their side, and you will know exactly where they're going. If they're sieging jungle items, you can deny them that. You can further deny them what they want to have and continuously push them out. How terrible will it feel to be able to jump on somebody in their own jungle, make them not feel safe to even come out of their house?
He's
You
down for it.
understand? You understand? And all it takes is 4. The number 4.
Can you give me a scenario of like when it would be a good time to say let's push the jungle line and everybody go in on that? Like what
All right.
time, what scenario?
Go.
All right.
All
The
right.
video I
I'ma
just
give
linked
you
in general chat
Exactly.
just shows
Yeah.
all that. But
Oh.
second, if you want to hear us say it, whenever you take the first tier towers,
Mm-hmm.
when you have the first tier towers, they don't have anywhere to run. That gives you plenty of time in order to just walk into the jungle.
And push their.
When you
And
take
push
2
their.
3 people,
Mm-hmm. You have to do it
kill 2
safely.
3, and then just make sure those towers are down. If those towers are up, they have a way to rotate onto you. They have a way to rotate away from you. You can't do it with the towers up. When the towers are down, you have so much more pressure. They lose all that pressure on that side of the map, and then you can rotate your wards right up. Just let me put it like this: what does having the wards in the river do for you when you're in their jungle?
The answer to that is not a damn thing. Just saying the
It
answer.
helps me see Scuttle.
Bro, who cares?
I'm just kidding.
You own their Scuttle at that point. You've pushed them so. But bruh, the reason why you move the vision line up is to further deny them access to anything, right? So a lot of y'all get these early leads, and the vision is the reason you guys get come back on. What you did this time, what Against All Odds didn't do this time that they did well last time, was make sure that your vision line wasn't up to where they could come around you and suffocate you in different spots. So when you went into their jungle to get shit, they suffocated you in different spots because they can see where you were. They can see where you were. But this time they weren't as good and they weren't as spirited, which is why I was pissed off at them. But they were very good at that in their first encounter with y'all. And y'all ended up losing it because of that. But if you guys get used to moving your vision line up just once, try it. In one of your scrim matches. Don't do it in one of your ESDL matches. Try it in a scrim match. Move your vision line up. And then watch the team try to come out and get jungle items. Now this pick comp that you picked up will come into play. Ooh, we see Lee Sin trying to go get his red. We can knock Lee Sin out and then go
There's a good
immediately over to Baron because now their smite is down. You get that information. You get that. And it only costs you one number, 4. Just say.
By the way, he's a Jin main. Next patch, he's become a Jin main. He loves the number 4.
Just number 4, bro. Just the number 4. That's it. All it costs you is number 4. That's it. And you see all of it. And this is the little microplay that started exciting me and got me into casting because I watched the LCS and that's one call that they actually make inside of their headsets. And it's you can if you ever got the pro view of an LCS match. Have you ever seen that? Where they'll actually let you inside the camera and the headset of the people playing? That's an actual call. And I saw exactly what they did when they said, move up the vision line. And I saw what they did. They took 3 people in the jungle and they went doot, 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 and walked out.
And don't get me wrong, it's a lot more complicated than we're making it sound. Like, it is really hard to safely walk into the jungle and put down that vision.
Right.
But once you've done it, you're good for the next minute. Unless they go into and clear it out, you're good for the next minute. You don't have to do that. And maybe out of it, you get a couple picks off, which transitions into towers, transitions into dragons, transitions into Baron.
And it's beautiful. It's beautiful to watch how such a small microplay turned into something so big on the map.
I think that's honestly the one thing on your back, because y'all obviously have great mechanics and great synergy with each other. Y'all prove that in these games.
Right.
Having more vision control over everything would put y'all so much further ahead because then you're allowed to use those mechanics as picks, as just transition into more objectives, more control over the game.
And then all of your games will end in 20 to 25 minutes. Because where are they gonna go? Where are they gonna go? They can't even come outside without you seeing them.
I mean, here, Shuki, you're still in here with us.
Yeah.
How would it feel if literally every time you walked into the jungle, there were 3 or 4 people waiting for you?
I would get super tilted super quick.
Exactly.
Like, I've had that happen to me in solo queue so many times, and it honestly tilts the shit out of me.
Yeah, like imagine you're already annoyed with that first game. You're going into the second game. You already said you weren't really focused.
Yeah.
And then Abusement Park already has vision everywhere and just catches you out nonstop. Like
Yeah.
that's not fun.
It's
It's not. It's one of our biggest weakest points, honestly, is trying to establish that line of vision to kind of like base our gameplay off of.
And that's
Like,
and it's a big.
I'm not trying
important
to
thing.
talk shit on my team, but honestly, usually how the games go is I have either the most vision score or the second most, and I'm usually the ones. Like, I ward for top and bottom usually, and I'm like pushing my wards up towards Dragon and Baron and towards the enemy jungler.
In my
But-
experience, junglers should have the second most vision score in the game
Second,
Yeah.
because
only
they
behind the
should
support.
always. Yeah, support should obviously have the most. They're always clearing vision. They're always putting it down. They have more inventory space, as Jurtling pointed out.
All right,
to
what's
buy
up?
the-
He got off. He was like, I'm tired of hearing about this damn vision score. I swear to God.
Hey, who got my name in their mouth?
Us. We have it. We're on your heels, buddy.
but junglers should always have the second most because they're constantly roaming around the map, which means they should always be putting wards
Right.
in places the enemies are going to walk through. The junglers have more leeway than any other role to walk into the jungle and place wards down. A deep ward onto, say, like
Your enemy's red, blue, anything.
onto the raptors. Putting it on the raptors. Do you know how many people walk through the raptor bush?
A lot.
So many people.
And just knowing where your enemy jungle is, you can formulate a plan. What we want to stress here more than anything is the importance of information displayed on both teams. If information is the best thing ever. The lack of information is what vexes me. The fact that the game has given us a way to get information. We have no excuses as players to be face checking shit, walking into traps, getting cheesed when the devs have given us every opportunity, the number 4, to get out of these situations.
I mean, simply put, both teams, y'all have already it's shown us that y'all are mechanically good players. That y'all have good synergies.
Better than me, cuz I will give you that. I am
Wait
trash.
till we pull out Jin next week. Just wait. We're gonna pull Jin out.
And pull
just
Jin
for
out.
you.
And just when you pull him out, make sure you have a 4 emoji. And I want to see and your vision score better be reflective of that Jin.
In a vision score of 4, then stop.
Bruh, I swear to God.
I'll do it if I mean.
Bruh, I swear to
I
God.
will totally do it.
We'll have a talk with your coach. We're instant start talking with your coach. We're not adding on that again. I think I'll cry if I see a visual score list. Because that's alright.
I'll have a fit.
7.
I will have a fit, son. I will be on stream like a little throwing a tantrum. Just walking around my house saying 4. 4? 4? That's what you're gonna do? 4? 4? Just to spite me, right? 4? Okay, cool. My wife's gonna look at me like, Alex, are you okay? No, baby, 4. 4, honey. 4.
But like we were saying, y'all have already demonstrated you're mechanically amazing players. That y'all have the skills, that y'all have the teamwork. Take it to the next level. That's all we're saying. This is your next level. This is what you need to do next.
Right. And it's something you can watch happen. He sent you the video. If you watch it in the LCS, pay attention to where they were. Like, that's how I got good at warding, period. is I watched the pro view of some of my favorite teams, and all of them did the same thing at a certain point in the game. Once they took the first tower, they moved their vision up, and I was wondering what the fuck was that. So then somebody told me, "Hey, bro, that's just the vision line." I'm like, "For real?" And he explained it and walked me through it, and now I try to tell it to the people I'm in, but I'm in bronze, so that don't work. I mean, hey guys, let's move up the vision line. Shut up.
True.
Your
Shut up!
professor.
I'm trying to chase.
Shut up. I'm trying to chase.
That's the most accurate description of bronze.
Bro, I swear to God, it is.
Basically silver too, honestly.
I'm like, hey, no, back out.
Dude,
Don't
that's
chase.
gold. That's plat.
Like, don't
yeah,
chase.
that's any rank,
Like,
honestly.
don't chase. Don't chase. Let's move the vision line up instead of chasing them. We've already pushed them out. We've beaten them. We don't have to kill them to beat them. Now we push up our vision line, wait
Good
for
luck
them to
telling
come in and
5
feel safe.
random silver players that.
yeah.
Trust.
Good luck telling Luke that, man.
Bruh.
Oh yeah.
Like, don't.
Bruh.
Like, hey, let's not chase. Let's try to get an advantage some other way. So now, the best part about the vision line is, and what I feel is the vision line is, you can see missed positions, right? You can see the enemy jungler starting this instead of coming to check you. So instead of guessing that Baron was safe to do, you would know.
That's a great point. In game, y'all live for this. Y'all know from personal experience. Y'all could have known.
You could have known. You guessed.
If nothing else, if you see an ADC going down bot to get farm, you don't know where she is on the map. You don't see the Caitlyn walking around on the map. All of a sudden, she walks across the ward and she's heading bot for that farm.
Boom.
Oh hey,
You
there's
know.
Baron.
You know that's a Baron. That's a dragon. Whatever objective you're on. That's the best part of while watching the vision line, and you'll see this all the time in the LCS. This is why they're very encouraged to not roam without consulting the rest of the team. If they're after an objective, they must stay together until that objective is either down or they fought for it. Either one or the or. Or they decided to let the other team have it and decided to go get something on the other side of the map. Either way that goes, but they have decided when you see them make those type of decisions. And I just want the same for y'all.
I'll say, if you want to take a different takeaway from all this, we're saying, hey, y'all can play in the LCS. Y'all have the skills. Just work in that vision.
Correct. Push 4. It won't kill you.
I don't know. My Lee Sin skills is not good.
Push 4.
Dude, honestly, your Lee Sin was really good that first game. Like,
It
you
really
had
was.
so much presence.
You know what? Lee Sin's the only exception to our vision rule. You
Yeah,
need your rewards.
R.I.P. Lee Sin.
No. No, he can buy a vision war. He can buy a control war too. Nuh-uh. Don't excuse nobody from the vision quest.
He can't use his ward to ward the blue buff. He needs that to inset someone.
Right, but the
control ward he can place.
Let me point something out. You have a control ward. You are not escaping this magical journey of vision that we are on. No, you have to ward too. Nobody is exempt from this magical journey of vision. We all need to see.
My vision score was second best on my team.
Exactly, but
It
everyone.
Yeah, it should be.
And I'm blind.
Okay, you gonna see today. You gonna see today.
Or at least you will, Jordan, pressing the 4 button.
Bro. I haven't been in this conversation for like 10 minutes.
You thought we were gonna let you go, cuz?
Just wait. No matter which one of us plays ADC next week, one of us is going to play Jin in one of those games, and we're gonna stop warding at 4 ward score.
Yeah.
And if I'm in that game, I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for you.
So help me God.
So help me, Jesus. Well, man, great game, good showing. I hope you guys get in better spirits. We're gonna
Yeah.
I hope you guys get in better spirits, and we hope you all enjoyed what you saw here. If you're not a member of the ESDL, it's just $25 and a Discord account, and you can join the action with us. My name is XX Howling XX, and this is a
Red Crayon.
And we will be back next time with the next ESDL match. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. We're not going to send you over to 2. We just want you to stay tuned because we're going to come back later.
All right.
Not today, but another day. Peace.
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 Peace.